Hello. I would like to know about, I have been creating quite instantly lately, and it's been amazing. And things that I think all of a sudden will be there.
It seems like you've just been doing it all of a sudden, but really it's been in the pipeline, and you've just, for whatever reason, been in a receptive moment where it could pop fully. Yeah.
So lately, like in conversations, normal conversations that I'll have with somebody, will relate on a subject like, oh, well, this is a true example. I had shingles when I was a kid, and we were just talking about that. I had no feeling about it. It was just a fact. And I said, yeah, I had it once, and
It's just a roof, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was just what it is, and I had no connection to it. And I said, I haven't had that since then. And literally the very next day, I got it again. And so
well, you just said to us that I've been doing a really wonderful job of manifesting quickly. And so when we say you get what you think about, whether you want it or not, that sort of rings true there. But what it's really saying about you is that you are a strong focuser. And what it's also really saying about you, and we love you so much. We do not mean this in a derogatory way. Well, not really. You're stubborn. And what the human word stubborn means is when you get hold of something, you focus on it. In other words, you are extra compliant with law of attraction. If you're focusing upon something unwanted, then having a skittish mind or a unfocused mind is really to your advantage. Ooh, shiny.
Yeah.
But it's not to your advantage having that skittish or mind that doesn't focus when you could be focusing upon what you want. And so that's why we began with you immediately when you said, I have these quick manifestations. We want you to know you didn't just have that creation. You didn't just create it. You've been creating it. So there are a lot of things ready to pop into fullness in your experience, wanted and unwanted. And depending upon what you're doing with your thoughts and conversation, then there they are.
So that brings me to the, now I'm like, I'll say something and it'll come out and I'm like,
and your inner being is lovingly saying, too late. We tease you all about that. Cancel. Well, suck that back before the universe gets hold of it. Well, the universe has already had hold of it. And all of the cooperative components to the wanted or the unwanted are all lined up, ready to reveal themselves to you in some meaningful way. But there's nothing urgent about it or treacherous about it, because you can't get it wrong and you never get it done. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. So when those things begin to happen, you just start leaning more in the direction of what you're wanting.
So changing the conversation before, like getting into that place.
Changing the vibration before it leads to a conversation. By the time you're talking about it, there's enough momentum going that you could hardly keep yourself from talking about it. So this brings us to a really wonderful discussion about what am I, we're speaking of you standing in your physical shoes, what am I bringing to the co-creational table? What am I bringing to the conference table where we all confer and co-create? What am I bringing there? Well, you're bringing the mix of vibrations that are going on within you right now. And how do you know what that mix is? Because it changes. It changes from day to day. It even changes from moment to moment. But how do I know what my mixture is? Your mood tells you. If you feel lighthearted and happy, what you're bringing to the table is going to be beneficial to you and everybody who meets with you. If you're ornery, if you're disappointed in yourself or someone else, if you're in a sad mood or a bad mood, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, then your mood is your indicator that the mixture that you're bringing to the table. Now, it's possible that you might have rendezvoused with others who have enough other stuff going on that you might not be an important mix. But that's not usually the case, because usually law of attraction is pretty discriminating about where you show up. Your impulse to go there has everything to do with what your mood is, you see. So when you get there, and you can't tell how anybody's doing, you can't even tell how yourself is doing, just because you've got a big phony smile on your face or phony words that are coming out of your mouth. It's your mood. It's how you feel. How are you feeling? Do you feel peppy? Do you feel enthusiastic? Do you feel eager? Are you loving these people that you're visiting with? Do you look at them and you're just sort of dripping love? Do you want to be with them? Are you eager to hear what they say? You want to hear their words? You want to know what they mean right here, right now? Because what they mean here, right now could be very beneficial to you, because you're a mix, and everybody in the mix has something important to add to it, you see. Something important that really brings the mood stronger to wherever it's leaning. That's why there's mob rule. That's why there are uplifters and there are detractors, you see. So what you're helping us to say is, it's not now that you've shown up what's going on. It's what were you doing before you showed up to prepare your vibrational atmosphere. Did you show up open and eager and in love with life? Or did you show up pensive and worried? And so forth.
And that's the majority of the time. So if I was having a bad experience 20 minutes before this conversation, but went into the conversation in a good mood now, like, would that have had a...
That's good for you, but really?
Yeah.
You think you can shift the world on its axis in 20 minutes? That's faking it until you make it.
Right, okay.
You could dress real pretty and put a smile on your face and tell yourself a joke on your way down. But your moods are usually longer lasting than that. That's why we ask you to be nice to yourselves. That's why we ask you to rest well and fuel yourselves and have experiences that hold you more steady in that place of appreciation. Take the time to settle in to the well-being that is so ready to permeate your whole experience. Don't cram for the test right before.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't just memorize a bunch of stuff so that you get good marks on the chart, because it's your vibrational input that matters. Yes?
Yeah, thank you.